Welcome, everybody. We are going to talk today about how to use the Right Start drawing tools. I am Kathleen, and I'm going to be your host here today. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Drawing board geometry. Why do we do this? Number one reason is to apply previously learned arithmetic. Helps the children learn that math is more than just computation. It also helps the children appreciate geometry. It helps them discover the beauty that's in mathematics. It helps them attend to precision and to persevere in problem solving. And that's one thing I just want to take a quick second. So often, children these days aren't as good with the frustration issue because things in our culture today tend to come quite easy and quite quickly. And the skill of learning how to work through frustration and to persevere is very important. And this will work with that and teach the children to work with the frustration and again to persevere in the problem solving. It also helps the children prepare for computer aided design or CAD drawings. And it helps the children enjoy mathematics. So today we're going to look at the tools that we use and how to use them. Here I'm depicting our drawing board, and on it we will put our paper. The tape that we want to use is removable tape. That works best. Now, if you don't have removable tape, you can use regular tape, but the removable tape is nice because when you take the tape off, you don't have to peel off the corners off your paper also. Notice that we're only taping the top two corners. We don't want it on the bottom two corners because that tape will interfere with our tools. So we only need it on the top two corners. Here's our T-square. Right-handed users will have the T part of it on the left-hand side. And if you're a left-handed user, you'll have the T part of it on the right-hand side. Since I'm right-handed, I'm going to show it always on the left side. So I'm going to assume that most people are right-handed users, but you can adapt for those left-handed. You want the T-square to hug the side of the board, the edge of the board. Pencil and eraser is going to be needed. And the eraser, I know some of you have those perfectionist children. You're going to use your eraser. And it's not a case of being sloppy. It's not a case of making a mistake. It's how this works. So tell the children, no problems. You're going to have to erase, and that's just part of the process. So here's my pencil and eraser. And when you're using your pencil, a mechanical pencil works best because you can get such a fine point. You don't have to worry about keeping that point sharp with a regular lead pencil. So I always use a mechanical pencil. Here we're drawing horizontal lines. We're just using that T-square, moving it up and down to draw the lines. Now I've included a 30-60 triangle. My angles are 30 degrees up in the top, 60 down on the bottom left, and 90, a 90-degree corner. This is a 30-60 triangle. The triangle must hug the T-square. So if it ends up getting off kilter, it won't work. Your lines are going to be off. You want to keep them together. And then using this, we can draw our vertical lines. Now, sometimes it helps to have a parent's hand to keep that T-square snug. In time, the children will learn how to do it. But again, sometimes it helps to have a parent just kind of help keep that T-square snug on there. So we can draw our vertical lines. We can draw parallel lines. We can turn the triangle on its hypotenuse and draw intersecting lines. Now, I find it interesting, and I see this all the time when I work with people, is children and adults forget that you can turn the triangle multiple different ways. For some reason, that tends to confuse people. So remember that you can lift that triangle up and turn it around multiple different ways. Another one of the drawing tools that we have is the 45 triangle. We've got two 45-degree angles and one 90. Just drawing on the edges. One thing to keep in mind is that you want to maintain a margin all the way around your paper. So let's take a couple minutes here, and I'm going to show you with hexagons how we can start to use these. Here I have a hexagon, and I want to draw the diagonals. So I've got my first diagonal. I can use my T-square and my triangle, my 30-60 triangle, and draw the line. I can flip it over, draw the next diagonal. Now, how am I going to get that last diagonal, the one right here? How am I going to get that? Well, I can move that T-square up and draw it. At no point do you ever take the triangle and line it up with 2 points and draw. You always use the T-square as your reference. You're either drawing off the T-square or you're putting the triangle on the T-square and drawing from there. Nothing's ever done freehand. Now, diagonal by definition is a line from a vertex to a vertex, or a point. Look at this. This would also be a diagonal. Now, we tend to think of a diagonal as the ones running kitty corner or across from each other, but the mathematical definition of a diagonal is like this red one. It's running from corner to corner or vertex to vertex. So how are we going to draw this line? Well, we can get our triangle in there and draw the line. I can do the next one over here. We want to draw all the diagonals. Does anyone see any more diagonals? What about this one? Now, how am I going to do that one? Remember, we can move that triangle around. There we go. And I can flip it over and draw the next one. Oh, and there's one up above here. I can draw that one and flip it back and draw the last one. I've got all my diagonals. Now, if you look, can anybody see the star? Do you see the star there? Look at that. There's a hexagon in there also. These are the kinds of things that we want the children to see. We want them to see the beauty and the excitement in math. Now, today we just looked at using the tools and drawing them. Tomorrow and on Thursday, I'm going to have a webinar on working with triangles, and then Thursday is going to be working with squares. In Right Start Mathematics, the drawing tools are used. The geometry is taught in levels A through G, and the drawing tools are used in levels C through G. And in level G, the drawing tools are used every day. Right Start Mathematics program was given the first place award in the 2014 Practical Homeschooling Reader Award by Mary Pride, and also in 2015 we were given the same award. In conclusion, math needs to be taught so 95% is understood and only 5% memorized. Working with these drawing tools helps the children understand how things are put together. Dr. Cotter says our goal as teachers of mathematics is to help our children transform, expand, and refine these beginning ideas into deeper mathematical thinking. If you have questions as you're going through the program or something regarding this webinar, please give us an email or send us an email at info@rightstartmath.com or give us a call at 888-272-3291. Thank you, everybody, and have a fantastic day.